Welcome back to the Easy Go 200, the second event of the 2010 season for the Camping World Truck Series. The engines are fired. The trucks are about to roll off of pit road. It is a interesting weather day in Atlanta, 56 degrees. Normally we call it hot Atlanta, but I can't say hot Atlanta at 56 degrees. Although the wind has gone down, it's only 4 miles per hour, so it does feel comfortable outside.
Cool Atlanta.
Cool Atlanta today. It's going to heat up on the track, though.
Yes, and for race fans and these drivers, it's a perfect day. The weather is going to be consistent, Rick, from the time they throw the green to the checker, and that's what those crew chiefs like, Phil. They don't have to be scrambling down there on the pit box as much as they would be if the weather conditions were changing.
Our starting grid rolls across the bottom of the screen, and we want to take a look at our ZMAX track description of this 1.54 mile track.
Incredible racetrack. Back in the middle of 1997, they completely redid this racetrack, flip-flopped it. The backstretch is now the front stretch. They made a quad oval out of it. A great racetrack. You can race from the yellow line you see right of your screen all the way to the safer barrier on the outside.
And I love it. I love what we're getting ready to watch.
Take a look at our Toyota Sponsify race analysis. 36 trucks will be starting just over 200 miles.
These guys will look to see if they can make it maybe somewhere around 55, 60 laps at the most before they need a pit stop. The tires will eventually fall off. We talked about that. They're good tires, but just the abrasive surface that they're racing on here at Atlanta will require those teams after 10, 15, 20 laps, the drivers are going to be wanting some tires, right?
Absolutely.
We want to shine a spotlight on a few different drivers in our speed spotlight, and we're going to start off with Ray Dunlap. Who's in your spotlight, Ray?
Well, Rick, I want to talk about Stephen Wallace. You know, Billy Baloo Motorsports has won 4 times right here at Atlanta, but this weekend is an off weekend for the Nationwide Series. And from about October on, Stephen Wallace has been on an incredible roll, posting a whole bunch of top 5s consecutively. I asked him, why in the world make your Truck Series debut this week? He said, because there's no other race, and that's what I want to do. I'm here to race, and I'm here to win. Stephen Wallace in the 15. Adam?
Maryland driver Donnie Neuenberger, Ray, got off to a great start in 2010, finishing 9th at Daytona, an overachieving run for this team, but they nearly missed the race today. He will start 36th in his easy slider cylinder liner Chevrolet, hoping to gain some momentum so they can continue their rise in the Camping World Truck Series throughout the 2010 season. Phil?
AA, I want to take a look at 28-year-old Chris Fontaine from Lakeland, Florida. Chris started racing when he was 16 years old, driving mini cup race cars. He ran some ASA and some other late model series. Getting to this point, wants to make his mark here in the Camping World Truck Series. He's made 16 career starts, including 11 last year. His best finish was 13th at Gateway last year. He starts his best career starting position, 13th today in the Glendon Enterprises Chevrolet. Chris Fontaine looking to move that truck towards the front. Mikey.
Phil, let's shine that spotlight on Brad Sweet. He's starting in 21st. 24-year-old California kid is fast. He's a big winner. If you race USAC, you want to win at Eldora. You want to win at Belleville. You want to win at Knoxville. Check all those off for Brad Sweet. He's won at all those. And here at Atlanta, he's running great. 8th or better in both practices yesterday. He's looking to see if he can get it to the front.
We'll keep track of our speed spotlights throughout the race, and now we want to talk about a few of the drivers that are going to be carrying cameras for us. One of those being Kevin Harvick. He will start in the 4th spot.
We're also going to ride along with Rick Crawford, Circle Bar Truck Corral, back on board this truck. Mr. Mitchell said, Rick Crawford, you need to be in Atlanta. He will start 24th in that Ford.
Kyle Busch is going to start on the inside of row 1 in the Toyota onboard camera. And you talking about a young man that knows how to get it done here in Atlanta. 4 wins. He'll be driving that truck sideways as we race along today. It'll be great shots from inside that Toyota.
And right behind him, starting in the 3rd position, Matt Crafton, last year's runner-up in the points battle between he and Ron Hornaday. We'll have a great shot of, well, the top 4 at least. We've got 3 cameras up there in the top 4. Before the green flag flies, let's go back trackside and hear our thoughts before green. We'll start with Ray.
Well, you know, Rick, we talk about the dominance that Kevin Harvick Incorporated has had in the Camping World Trucks over the last couple of years. Last year, a lot of that had to do with the fact that they built so much new equipment, a whole bunch of trucks on the racetrack for the first ever time. And when Kevin himself was behind the wheel, check out these numbers. 4 times last year he drove a brand new truck. 3 of those were victories. Today, Kevin Harvick in a brand new chassis, number 42. Adam?
Ray, today marks the second race of 2010 for the Camping World Truck Series, but the first of 9 at 1.5 mile racetracks. And that is good news for Todd Bodine because he has been outstanding at these kinds of facilities. Look at the numbers, 49 career starts, 10 times he's gone to victory lane, better than 20%. Bodine starts 10th this afternoon. He likes the way his truck is driving. Perhaps he can get his 11th victory at a 1.5 mile track this afternoon at Atlanta.
Well, this will be not only the 50th start for Todd Bodine, but a 50th anniversary here for Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we really want to congratulate Ed Clark and his crew here.
Oh, what a jewel this thing's turned into. I remember coming down here for the first time, Phil, back in 1983 to run my little dash car around here, and certainly changed. Remember all the pine trees that used to sit around the end of the racetracks? We'd come here to test. You'd have to take a blower and blow all the pine needles off the track. Now you got condos and suites everywhere.
How about that qualifying record back in 1997? The first year on this reconfigured track by Jeff Bodine, almost 197.5.